Hi, Chani. Excellent. Excellent. Big pat on the back. Just the overall look of the portfolio is excellent. I've seen you've taken into account a lot of stuff that we've been talking about, and you can see a huge improvement. Okay, excellent, really good. Okay, so let's look. You're at 1,000th of a second here. This is the 1,000, this is the 60, and this is the 15. Okay, perfectly demonstrated. Now, what we want to take away from this is that 1,000th of a second is sufficient to freeze the action of somebody running generally. I'd try and get to like 1,600, 1,250, but 1,000th of a second is going to be fine. Basically, you can see she looks like she's at full speed. It's rare that you need to get pictures of people going quicker than what she's going at right now. But anyway, that's great. And then now this shows you that a 60th of a second, however, is the opposite, and it does not work if you want to try and freeze the action. All the more so a 15th of a second. This was really well demonstrated. What were you on? Yeah, you're on shutter priority. Excellent. Excellent. Really well demonstrated. But we've learned from this 1,000th of a second for people running is adequate. If we can get to 1,600, better, but 1,000 is adequate. 60 we can see is absolutely not adequate for anybody moving. People need to be still for a 60th of a second, and all the more so at a 15th of a second we can't even hold the camera steady. So for sure we're not going to be able to capture any kind of movement, to freeze any kind of movement, but it's definitely an option if you want to try and display some kind of movement. Okay, this is a great shot. This is great. I bet this took a bunch of times to get this. But you really nailed this. This we might take into Lightroom because it's a little bit dull, but that's nothing to do with you. That's just this basically as good as it gets with in camera, and in Lightroom we could make this fantastic. Great shot, excellent. Pat on the back. Okay, and good. This is much easier to get than this one. I'm wondering what are these squares? That's weird. Was there some kind of light in the background or window or something? Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder what that is. Excuse me. Usually I can work stuff out in a picture. I do not know what that is. It could be maybe there was some kind of light in the background, some kind of fluorescent light or window with a light in it, and this was when it was on, and you moved that far, and this was when it was off. I would love to hear what that was. Anyway, yep, you nailed this. This is great. You followed all the instructions, perfect. And I'm assuming this is your husband. He is relatively sharp. It's difficult to keep a 15th of a second. It's difficult to get this picture sharp. You've done well. Good idea to use as wide an angle as you can. It would have been more effective to have had like a wider angle here. Okay, me and 3, excellent. If that's you, hi. Perfect. 30 seconds. You followed the instructions. You've got a dark background as well. Obviously here you stood still. You stood more still than you did over here, and for a little bit longer as well. Excellent. Great, well demonstrated. This is really, like I say to everybody, and I probably say it to you as well, is that the class puts the information into your head. The homework puts it into your heart. It means you understand it, and then, or your kidneys, you could say as well. And then the photo shoot puts it into your hands and makes it real for you. So this is great. Really, really good to see you understanding all of this. Okay, to the photo shoot. Good shot. We're going to learn. You're going to see you're up to class 3. So you're going to see that one of the rules is to keep your subjects far from the background. Okay, try and not have the background right close to them. So that's a little distracting. But you're going to fix that for next time, I'm sure. It's not, yeah, great moments, lovely smiles. That's excellent. You've definitely done well with the emotional side of the picture. It would make a very big difference if they were further away from the background. The hands like this is quite nice. I'm thinking either these elbows, cutting off the elbows is a little distracting. It does take away a little bit from the image. Also, at the end, if she was to fold her arms or something like that, that might make a difference as well. It could be that I would crop, if I did such a thing, it could be that I would crop in a little bit more. Could be, let's see. Yeah, I would probably do that, and then I would then vignette as well. I like the one of the rules of portrait photography, group portraits, is keeping the heads as close to each other as possible for regular family portrait photography. Yes, you can break the rules for sure, but if you want a rule as a default, like rule of thumb, keep the faces as close as you can. That's great. The energies are good. We're moving this way to this way to this way. It's great. Okay, good, nice feeling. Okay, excellent. This is really nicely done. You are going to, in class 4, is it? Yeah, class 4. You're going to understand how to take this to the next level. Okay, but you've placed them very beautifully. This is a really great. This is showing a real sensitivity to tasting the beauty of the graphics around you. Okay, you've really this is very important to the image. That frames them beautifully. This green all around them is excellent. Really an excellent picture. Really good. You're very easy to improve to make a difference in this picture once you've learned more about the stats. But this is excellent for class 3. Excellent. Really, really good. Okay, good as well. This is nice. Cropped in close. Perfect amount of space over here. Yeah. This is really, this is, again, the stats are going to allow you to improve that. Be careful. Is that flowers in the background? Or maybe it's flowers. It looks like a bus. It could be considered a teeny bit distracting. Her face should definitely be lightened to drop in in Lightroom, which we could do. That's not a big deal. But that's a nice portrait. She looks relaxed. Could be for this arm to come round a little bit more, maybe just a teeny bit. But that's good, solid portrait photography. Excellent. Okay. There's also a nice picture, a great moment, a lot of energy here. It's always better to be looking, to have the kids looking into the lens, nearly always adds more energy. It's a little bit awkward to like grab that emotion because it's at an angle, but it is definitely there. This is a little distracting. Like again, it could be, to catch a moment like this, it could be there was nothing to do to be able to fix that. But just to know graphically that isn't helping the image, okay? But you caught a moment. There's nice energy. There's enough energy for this. The fact that this arm is here, I feel that it is well balanced because we do have energy coming this way. The main energy is moving in this direction, but this creates a kind of balancing beam. So otherwise, it might be without that. This would be a little close, so that kind of balanced it out. Good shot. Excellent. Okay, this is also a lovely picture. Really demonstrating a real close, demonstrating a real sensitivity to space. Composition is great. On the third, that's nice. What I would do in this situation to make this much more energized, so easy, is her backhand. I'm assuming they're sisters. Her left arm should drape all the way around here, and she should hug. And you'd end up with these lines going around here. Maybe you'd need a little bit more room at the side, but that will also create a relationship. Right now, although it's technically quite nice, there's no relationship being displayed. And when we're taking pictures of people, at least the way I'm thinking is I'm always trying to show relationships between them. It doesn't mean they always have to be touching. They could be doing some funny thing or whatever it is, but to show some kind of connection and relationship. So that would make all the difference. If her arm came around here and this arm around here and she just really hugged her, that would add a lot to the image, in my opinion. Okay, excellent. Really, really good. Which picture should we take in? I want to take that. It could be we'll have time to do another one. Let's see. I do want to take this one in. Let's see what we can do here. It just got a bit hazy. I think it's really flare from the sun. The first thing I want to do is I want to just make it panoramic. That adds so much energy. Now, what is also important is to remember that we are moving in this direction. So this, I do want to keep this though. I don't want to just put it aside because there's a lot of, that's worth a lot. That's a very kind of valuable texture, very valuable experience. So I don't want to get rid of too much of it. Something like that. And then I want to, there's a tool here which I don't usually get to use, which I do like. It's called the dehaze. You can do it using the gradient. I just want to pull the entire, I want to do the whole thing with the effect, and it doesn't give it to you as a global effect for some wacky reason. Dehaze. Okay, we're going to open up the shadows, but that's good. Okay, let's go now back into our basic palette. Pardon me. I'm going to put the exposure up a little bit, just a smidge, as they say where I'm from. That's good. And I want to, I don't know if there's, what about the contrast? Yeah, I like that. I like that. See, now that we're looking here, I'm so much more interested in her, the energy there. I do want to put up the clarity. There we go, look at that. That's great. And I want to add a little more energy. We're just cutting down because that eye's going up a little bit. You see that? You feel that? Going up a little bit. So by cropping down a little closer, it adds that little bit of like, you know, tight energy to it, which is great. That's an excellent shot. That is a really difference in Lightroom as well. But that was really well captured. Fantastic picture. Let's see if we've got time to do one more something or other. 1 second. I think let's just I think we haven't really got time to do more than this, to get too involved in this. I don't know if it's worth it. It's going to be, you're going to take the same picture again another time, and you're going to have the stats a little bit more worked out, which will make all the difference. But I do want to add, I do want to kind of boost it. So I do use this boost tool. It's quite good. You drop it down. Obviously the middle is ridiculous, but you drop it down to 0 and then just raise up a little bit. I think I'll probably crop in a little closer with this picture actually, just a drop. Just lose some of that patch over there. Great. Okay, excellent. Really impressed. I'm impressed. You've really jumped in, and you're going to be doing fantastically. You're going to appreciate over the next couple of classes the improvement's going to be crazy, and excellent. Keep up the good work, and looking forward to seeing what you do for us next week. All the best.